And it's hot to be like, no, I actually don't know about your job. Tell me more. Because this way you're actually listening.
Exactly.
As for the other girls, they're maybe just going, oh, cool. They just don't give a shit. But when you give a shit and you ask, you shall receive.
And then once you find out all those answers and you're finding out way more by asking, then you can better manipulate the situation and seduce them.
Chemical X.
Welcome back to the season finale of season 2 of the Chemical X podcast.
Wow.
I know.
For a second, everyone thought this was the end. The season finale. We are finished with the podcast.
We'll see you in 1 week.
This is our funeral. We are in black, and this is it, guys.
This is more like the BDSM outfits that we tried to put together. Before we go on, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and leave a comment down below. If you're listening on audio,
don't forget to rate us 5 stars, leave a comment, and do all your homework.
Absolutely. So we have a very sexy episode. We got our sexy lighting on. We have our BDSM outfits,
yes,
but it's 4
before
p.m.
we even continue, let's just talk about our outfits for a second. So Veronica really wanted to wear a choker, and I was like, okay, let's figure it out.
I mean, it's not a sexy podcast without, a choker.
So I'm not sexy.
Well, you're in a turtleneck.
So I'm not sexy. Perfect.
You're in a turtleneck, but you're naked at the same time. So how does that work?
I'm so I'm naked right now and everyone's going to judge me. Veronica's like, babe, you've been?
I never said babe.
Facts. She did say babe. She said, Ale, you literally wear nipple tassels every episode. Why are you freaking out now that you're on a turtleneck? Now that you're wearing a turtleneck?
I said, Ale, I've actually never seen you more clothed in my life.
I can't explain to you what a turtleneck but see-through does. Maybe it's black. Maybe it's the fact that I just have a bra underneath. So there's no mystery. This is what you get.
But this is the top that I have the most trouble with because I can't decide if it's conservative because it's that puff sleeve, that turtleneck, long sleeve, but it's also very it's very am I going to church or am I going to the strip club?
It's so true. And that's the problem. I love to buy sheer clothing, but it's always the same issue with these jugs. It's if you put a bandeau, you ruin the whole idea of a nice fashion piece. You put a bra, you're a whore. So you know what, guys? Do you?
That's absolutely it. Sheer tops, you're so ready. They look amazing, but then everything you put under,
when you have smaller boobs, you're able to just wear a bra and somehow it looks like a bandeau, but it looks good. When you got bigger boobs, you start putting your hair in front and you hope for the best.
And the mic.
And the mic, yeah.
Well, back to my choker before I called you out. I wanted to put a sexy choker because I'm in my BDSM outfit. So I need a choker, obviously. So how else will people say choke, So you have to let them know. So I looked at my bra strap and I said, this'll do. So guys, I'm wearing a bra strap around my neck and that's what you call DIY. I was going to say DUI. Well, sorry, babe. I didn't want to call you out.
I think that's what you call a creative director.
That's what you call an artsy person.
What you got.
Work with what you got. Me and Alessia are both the type. You give us pants, suddenly it's a jacket.
Absolutely.
If we would be those people that it's I don't know if you've ever seen on that chef's thing where they give them 10 ingredients, they have to make a meal.
Not even on the chef. When you watch those shows where they're this is what you can do.
But that's what I'm saying. If you give me a paper bag, an elastic, and a paper clip, me and Alea are making a dress out of it.
Are you kidding me? We're going to the gala. We're being invited by Anna Wintour.
But when I look back on sometimes I look back on my outfits where I know I really it's backwards. I added a thing and I go, this looked backwards.
It's so true though. When I look back to pictures, I go, everybody pumped me a little too hard. Sorry.
You know what it is though? It's when you wear a top backwards. Backwards is one of those things where you feel nobody's gonna know.
Because you've convinced yourself you've been working on it for 45 minutes.
But you look back and you say, that was backwards. And everyone knew. Actually, on the podcast, I did a top backwards. And I look back and I say, backwards.
Oh my God, it's too
backwards
funny.
as fuck. Anyways, season finale. We've done so many fun topics.
Oh my God, for real.
What's your favorite topic that we went through?
Now I have to remember them. Veronica, stop.
They're just going, tell us why you're in sex outfits. Yeah. No, but come on. Like, what's your favorite?
No, but come on.
Yeah. You put me on the spot last week. So
what's your favorite episode?
I don't know if I have a favorite episode, but favorite topic. I liked
Red Flags.
Red Flags was a good one. I liked our Twin Flames one, but now that I think of it, I think that was in season 1. So
that was definitely in season 1.
I love that one though. I love the spiritual ones. I really liked our manifestation one, our like motivational ones.
Veronica, you don't have to sell them.
I don't. They're here now. You guys are here. It's done. I don't need to keep selling you. That's why I tell my boyfriend, I say, babe, we're dating. You don't need to keep, faking it. Like, I get it. I do look fat in these pants, but you can tell me I don't. It's fine. You're paid. But you're already here, so it's fine. But today
we are going to talk about how to seduce your man, woman, honestly, anybody, your teacher, anybody, your dog. Point being, how to seduce anyone.
So I think a lot of these...
Wait, before we start, just in the dog region.
Region? Okay. Go on.
So I've heard of a girl who has put peanut butter on her clit and then made her dog eat her out.
Mm-hmm. Was it you?
No, it was not me.
So how did you...
I'm not desperate. If I really needed to get
really small. Like, if we're looking logically, I mean, probably not the dog you would go for. You know what I mean?
But what do you think about that?
I think
that's fucked up.
Disgusting.
But then we hear facts like, dogs' tongues are cleaner than men's. So
and then you say, you know what? It was a viable option.
Chico, come here.
Spot. You like peanut butter? Everybody's going cancel.
Yeah. Ew.
I'm dead though, but
I would never. It's disgusting, but also like, who the fuck would do that?
But you never watched American Pie?
Why they do that in American Pie?
Which one is it, babe? I think it's the first American Pie. He puts peanut butter. Gets peanut butter on his dick, and his dog. Okay, well, he puts peanut butter on his dick, and then his grandmother walks in and dies because she has a heart attack.
No, that's American Pie.
Okay, I got all the American Pies wrong. Anyways, the moral of the story is in one of the American Pies that happens.
Wow.
But anyways, yeah. I mean, I don't need peanut butter to get eaten out. So.
I guess you have a dog for company, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Man's best friend, they say.
And a woman's.
But today we have a fun topic. So yeah, how to seduce anyone, probably not your dog, but but all these things can kind of be brought into your life. Mm-hmm. It can even be like, sometimes it's not only like seducing somebody to fuck. Sometimes it's like, friendship, business. But sales, do you agree? Sales is seduction?
Absolutely.
Business meetings?
Yeah. So it's just in a different way. I think to seduce somebody, it could come in different like forms. I feel like you can seduce somebody if you want to have sex with them and you want that you want to have that build up and you want that mystery. You can do that. But I think you definitely do it in sales. I think it's just a little different.
Yeah.
I wouldn't show up with a black choker, bro. Yeah. That's the difference.
Yeah. I think that's the main difference.
I think the main thing is that I want you guys to know that you do not have to dress like us in order to seduce somebody. Actually, you can seduce somebody being in a turtleneck, but not my turtleneck. But anyway,
one with more fabric.
You can seduce somebody just by not showing them and just teasing them. But we lay all our cards out on the table.
Yeah,
so.
we're no mystery here. It's a no mystery zone. We like to go the route, slutty, but the moral of this podcast is that you don't need to do that.
Should we go change?
I don't know how to take this bra strap off my neck. Okay, let's leave it at that. I put it on and I don't know how fast it comes off.
That corset looks tight.
It looks...
Yeah.
But yes, the moral is you don't need to be... People are like so fixated on the idea that to seduce somebody, you need to be attractive.
Yes.
But what they don't realize is that attractiveness is not only physical.
Yeah.
Like it's very actually a small percentage of what attractiveness is. So there's so many different ways to seduce somebody. And really, what I want to first say is that seduction is manipulation and it's psychological. Mm-hmm. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
do we want to give them the definition of what seducing somebody is?
Give me a sec. How fast can I Google? The action of seducing somebody. Okay. A tempting or attractive thing. Tempting, I feel like.
Anyway, ours is better.
You know what? Forget about it. Fuck the definition, okay?
We're making the definition.
Basically, when we do a lot of like, how to get a fuck boy, how to get a guy, how to get a girl, whatever. People always like often comment on our stuff and will be like, oh, fuck this game. Like, this is all a game. Find somebody who doesn't play the game, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
But the reality is seduction.
The game is being played either way. Now, the second you're able to understand that, you either decide to play. You don't actually decide to play. You're already playing.
Yeah, you're just either choosing to be aware and choosing to learn the best way to play the game, or you're going in and you're not doing. You're.
Yeah.
I don't have the word, but you're unprepared.
Yes.
Okay? Because the game is going to be played no matter what. Seduction is psychological. It's actually manipulation, but it's a game that's being played. And if it's played right, it's fun. It's sexy.
It's sexy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be like annoying and frustrating, but when you're doing it right, it's supposed to be fun and it's supposed to be a good time.
And we're going to give you all the tips that we've studied, we've used, and that worked.
Tried and true, baby. Tried and true. So I think...
Yeah. Well, no, I wanted to start by saying seducing somebody could be mostly in person, but I found one that really works for me, and it's on text, actually. When you're getting to know somebody and you're texting somebody, it's fun to make a man's heart jump, race. It creates that like, oh my God, she's like, what is she going to ask me? Like, it creates that really like that tingly stomach, like
rush.
And rush is seduction, really. So when I'm talking to a guy, I will purposely fully like be in the conversation. I think that's really important. You really have to fully be aware, listen, because listening is how you come up with your next questions and how you seduce somebody.
Yeah.
When I'm writing to a guy, I'll definitely like say, I have a question for you, or can I ask you something? It's very like they're gonna stop everything they're doing. They're like, what is she gonna ask me? Is it something I did? What is it? And then you grab their attention.
Yeah.
Like
you can even do that in person too.
Yes, absolutely. In person, you have their attention. So if they weren't listening, they're fucking listening now because they think you're talking about them. What is it that they have to answer? Like it suddenly becomes like, what am I going to say?
And then you say, what's your favorite color?
Exactly. And then you lose it all.
So that's not how to seduce. But absolutely. It's all about grabbing that person's attention and how you can get that attention. So I think like first, I just want to start off with like 3 main kind of things that you need to do to be able to seduce somebody that come first and foremost before like the eye contact, all those little tips that we're going to give you before all of that. So there is some literal mental things. Like I said, it's psychological. So there's work that you need to do before you go into the situation.
Are you ready?
The first thing that is huge is to assess your best qualities.
Yes.
Assess the things that make you attractive.
Yes.
So
now, if you've watched last week's episode, then you know exactly what our damn 5 best things are physically. But physically is not everything.
Yeah. You need to realize what makes you attractive as a person, personality wise. It might be that you're hardworking. It might be that you're goal driven. It might be that you're creative. Whatever it is, you
might be analytic. Whatever it is.
Whatever it is, you assess what your best qualities are. Instead of focusing all your attention on what you don't have and what you wish you had and what qualities you wish you had, forget about that.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear about where you're losing.
Today's day and age, everyone's on social media. So I think a lot of times, even when you go into meeting somebody, you're looking at their Instagram and you're like, how can I relate to them? Wrong. How can I be like them? Like if they're creative, I'm going to try and be creative. And that is not the answer. Somebody who's creative doesn't exactly always necessarily want somebody who's also creative. You want somebody with balance, somebody who's going to be different, somebody who's going to stand out, not the same.
Yeah. So you need to assess your best things that make you attractive. Once you know those, you need to harbor them for your power because like I said, this is manipulation. So You need to realize what makes you attractive and use that as your superpower and bring it out in you in whatever it is. Like, for example, this is men or women, if you're a guy and you're thinking of a date idea and you're really good at problem solving, like you love problem solving, you bring a girl on a date to escape room, and you're really showing where your skills are coming out. That's attractive. She's going to be seduced. Whereas if you're so shit at problem solving, maybe don't bring her to it. Don't try to be that guy. And then after, you're actually showing where you're losing out. You want to always be showing yourself your best qualities.
Guys, when you go to a job interview, and do you ever put on your CV what you suck at? No. What do you put? What you're good at? Same shit when you go on a date.
And even when they say, what are your flaws? You start saying perfectionism. And they're like, shut up.
Oh my God. So good.
But it's so important. I feel like people get so stuck on this idea. Oh, well, I'm not pretty, or I'm not this, or I don't have this. It's like, it's fine. It's fine that you don't have those things. Don't focus on that.
What do you have?
What do you have?
I have big jugs.
And I'm going to use it to my advantage because I'm wearing a bra.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, guys. Know your strengths.
Yes.
Once you know your strengths and weaknesses,
then don't wear a bra.
Power. Then don't wear a bra. But literally, that's how you get power. People that are powerless are people that don't know what they're good at.
Yeah.
It's
facts.
You're powerless when you're trying to be good at something you're not good at. When you're trying to force a strength that isn't there.
Why do people always say do what you love and the money will come? Because when you love something, it comes easy.
Exactly. So be true to yourself, but also know where you're good and where you lack. And maybe don't focus so much attention on where you're lacking. You know, people get so caught up in their appearance. They're going to try to make themselves look the best, but they don't realize that they're going on the date after to do what? You spent 3 hours doing your hair and makeup, but now you have nothing to say because you didn't realize what your strengths are.
Yeah.
You know? Very important.
So guys, what's your strength? Let's bring it back to us.
I would say my strength is like...
I would say mine is like I'm super relatable. What I'm able to do is I'm able to, no matter who's in the room, I'll be able to adapt to somebody's personality.
That was actually what I was going to say. Was
really?
Mine. Yeah.
Oh my God. Twins.
Well, I guess I need to say something different now. I think, well, that's definitely my strength. And I think that's a really good strength to have. Yeah. So if you lack that, maybe work on that because it's really good. Yeah.
So for example, I'm going on a date, okay? And I already had this whole image of how the date was going to go. And then I get there and he's flirting with a girl or he's chit-chatting at another table. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is not how the date was supposed to be. He was supposed to be obsessed with me. He was supposed to love me. He was supposed to put all his attention on me. And like, I'm kind of feeling a weird vibe. Guys, no. What's my strength? I'm relatable. I'm able to adapt to other people's personalities. What am I going to do? I'm going to make my own friends. I'm going to make the life of the party be me. And then suddenly he's going to see that and be like, wow. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, she's able to stand on her own.
Seduction.
That's hot.
That's how it comes out.
She doesn't need me. Like, maybe he was testing you, you know?
Yeah. I think that's a huge strength. So good. Especially when it comes to dating. I think that's so... seductive is when somebody is able to like almost command a room, I want to say, like where they don't need to be there like showing you around. Like that's something that's really sexy. I think if I had to pick a strength, I'd probably say like I'm super positive and like I'm very like I'm a type of person where I'm having a conversation with you, it's always going to be about positive things. Like I'm going to lead the conversation in a positive way, which I think that's like true. One of my strengths when I'm talking to people or if I'd be dating or something, which I think that's also something that's attractive, you know? And I know that, so I'll always bring that out, you know?
Now, what happens if like somebody who's positive hits a negative? Because there's definitely different, like for example, the guy you're on a date with is not as positive as you. How are you going to react in the situation?
Well, I think that there's a balance with everything. Yeah. Which kind of brings us to our second very important rule. So, like we said, it's a game. So what do you do when you're playing a game? You have to assess your opponent. Yes. So now you need to figure out who this person is and what they might be lacking, because to be seduced, it means that somebody's filling almost that void of what they want. So you need to find out what they want. So you need to always have that balance. Let's say, for example, your strength, like you said, my strength is, well, that example doesn't work well with mine, so I'm going to change the example. Let's say a guy is like super hardworking. He's a CEO of a business. He's all about his money. He's very hardworking and he's got it, you know? Yeah. Maybe you being so goal oriented doesn't really suit him because he's already goal oriented without you. Maybe he needs somebody who's very emotionally supportive and they're in that way. So once you assess what that person is lacking, then you can better provide your
for
qualities,
that person,
right? And that's
manipulation.
Absolutely manipulation, but that's seductive.
And you're gonna hear it. He's not gonna say, I'm missing that in my life.
Yeah.
But just by the way he's speaking and how he's maybe saying, oh, I want to have kids, or I want this and I want these certain things,
and I'm so busy, I never have time to sit and have a talk, then you know this person is lacking this. Let me show in my qualities how I could be that, instead of proving I'm so fucking hardworking. Maybe that's not what he wants. You know, he has that. So you need to really assess
a year down the line when you're actually yourself and he realizes this girl isn't actually, it ain't it, chief.
Well, season 3 we'll talk about that, but here we're talking about date number 1, okay? Seducing. What comes after is not our problem. But it's so true. Like sometimes people try so hard to be like, but they don't listen enough. Like when you're so planned about what I'm gonna give.
Yeah, I think I've even said this in the past that when you're going on a date and, you know, you ask a guy, for example, like, oh, what do you do for work? Guys, chances are no matter what they say, there's so much conversation in that could just happen. And you never fully know what somebody's job is. Unless you're doing the exact same thing, then you're like, oh, no way I do that.
Even then, even if you do what he does, it's still a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. So by that, you'll be able, you want to always stand out, right? If most girls he's going on a date with are saying, oh, wow, oh my God, that's so cool, you don't want to do that. And also, in order to get more information, you have to start asking questions. Like, and it's hot to be like, no, I actually don't know about your job. Tell me more. Because this way you're actually listening.
Exactly.
As for the other girls, they're maybe just going, oh, cool, they just don't give a shit. But when you give a shit and you ask, you shall receive.
And then once you find out all those answers and you're finding out way more by asking, then you can better manipulate the situation and seduce them.
And get your mans.
Or woman.
Or woman.
So I feel like in any relationship, in any person, actually, there's always like, we all have masculine, feminine energy.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever spoken about it before, but
we'll talk about it now.
We'll talk about it now.
As girls, we love to seduce our men. We agree?
Absolutely. But men need to do the seducing as well.
I agree. Like, we're going to take care of 95% of it, but we ask for one thing in return. And what is it, Veronica?
It's just a little bit of hygiene. And you know who's the best in below the waist hygiene? Manscaped. And right now they have the Performance Package 4.0, which is all you need to have good hygiene. Because you got the razor, which is the Lawnmower 4.0. We got to fix your nose and ear hair. Weed Whacker 4.0. We got some ball deodorant, some ball preserver. Everything you need to be seducing that sexy lady.
Yes. And there's nothing more attractive than a man who's put together.
Absolutely.
So guys, we are giving you a discount code, which is Chemical X at checkout to receive 20% off your entire order on Manscaped. That's 20% off using our code Chemical X at checkout.
So go check out manscaped.com for all your seduction needs.
And free shipping.
You know what's sexy also?
Tell me, Veronica.
Like a nice, sexy... What? Yes. But also a nice, sexy lighting.
Yes.
That just is the epitome of seduction.
Absolutely.
You could do all you want, but if you don't have a sexy lighting, it's not sexy.
That is facts, actually.
Yep. And you know where you could get a very sexy lighting?
Tell me.
Neonific.ca. Any color you want. So if you're more of like a pink lighting like we like, you got that. If you're more of a blue, more of a red, more of a green, they have literally every color. You can get any custom neon sign that you want at neonific.ca.
And you can also dim it. So depending if it's going from dinner to the bedroom, we can play with the lighting.
And you could do a little strobe if you want too, if things get real crazy. So we're giving you a discount code, Chemical X, and you get 10% off your order plus free shipping. So that's on anything on the site. Go check them out, neonific.ca, and get that discount. Everybody has masculine, feminine energy. Now, depending by who you surround yourself with or what you like,
it could change.
You have, different levels of it, And that comes back to like balancing out a relationship. Like you said, finding out more about them, what they need. It's the same thing. When somebody's like, a naturally submissive person, and for example, you're at dinner and she's like, oh yeah, I don't really know what I want, like that's your time to balance the energy out and put forward your masculine energy, which is the more dominant energy, right?
Yes.
And then start saying, okay, we're gonna have this,
like
this.
take control, because
Exactly.
you guys can't both be one. So that's how you balance energy and you figure it out. I think even for me with my ex-boyfriend, I felt like I was a little bit more of the, which is fine because in a relationship it could kind of change and kind of like move around, but I was more of the masculine energy. And because I was feeling the masculine energy in the sense where like I was more like demanding, he became more like the protector.
Exactly. Which is what happens, because that's how it always is. It's like, imagine it's like 100%. You can't go over. It's like when you're putting more of something, the other person has to put less. That's just naturally what it is, or it's not going to work. So you need to figure out, you know, and it doesn't mean that because you're a girl, you need to be more feminine. It's just like you said, the feminine is more like the protector, the safe, the emotional support. And then the masculine energy can be more of like that dominant decision maker, all those kind of energies. And when you're having two dominant energies coming head to head, it's too much. You know, it's like, no, we're ordering this. No, we're ordering this. Like, it doesn't work. So you need to be able to balance that.
But just to say, just because I was the masculine energy in the relationship doesn't mean I always was, you know? If I would go for dinner, he would take control. Like, it's just... It's
Different
about
situations.
balance and situations.
Absolutely. And what's sexy is when you're coming to that balanced point when it's working perfectly. So if you want to seduce somebody, you come in and you see that they're more dominant, they're more masculine. Perfect.
Even if you're normally to be a more dominant person, that's where you kind of have to like let go and give in.
And balance the energy out.
Yes.
So if you see they're really decision making, maybe step back a little, let them go with the flow, and it's going to be more...
You order.
Yeah. That's sexy. To somebody who wants to be dominant, that's sexy.
Yeah.
Giving them the reins where they want it, perfect. You
and
have
imagine
to
the
assess.
guy wanting to have that, and then you're kind of going like, no, I don't like that, or no, I don't want to order that. And you're
breaking the seduction.
Yeah.
We're talking about seduction here, guys. You want to seduce? It's manipulation.
You're not
Maybe
seducing.
if you really want that fish fillet, you're going to have to wait on it. You're going to have to come by next time and order it.
With your girls.
Yeah. So you need to balance it out. It's all about assessing. And like you said, you have to ask the right questions.
The right questions while giving the best eye contact.
Yeah.
Oh my
Eye
God.
contact is the best. So the last third thing that's really important when it comes to seducing somebody before you get there, or when you're there, whatever, is managing your expectations and setting realistic expectations. So sometimes, like you said, you plan out this whole thing. You're so worried about what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, what the answer is, that when you get there...
We've all been guilty of it. We've done it for jobs. We've done it...
Everything.
What if he asks me this? What do I say?
What do I say? How do I prepare?
You're not being your true self if you're actually preparing so much.
And then you're getting there. It's not going as planned, and you're not physically there. You're not actually being in your most powerful self because you're so worried about if he's going to ask you that question that you planned for. And are we going to the restaurant that he said, I thought he was going to bring me out? Like, you need to stop planning so much, harbor your qualities and use them to your power and let things go as they should. Because if you worry so much about controlling the situation, how are you going to seduce somebody? You're worrying about seducing the situation.
Exactly.
You need to be worrying about that person, you know? Because what's the most important thing when you're seducing somebody is how you make them feel.
Absolutely. And I've actually learned that through my job, weirdly enough, because I work in sales and I'm dealing with people. My boss would always send me that quote and be like, people don't remember what you say. They always remember how you make them feel. And that's facts. If you tell them you like their necklace, suddenly they're like, oh, that's the girl who complimented me the last time. It's always how you make them feel. And the same applies for when you're going on a date, when you're trying to seduce someone.
Exactly. Because seducing somebody is all about making them feel like they want you.
Yeah.
You know? So it's not, you don't have to stress about what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. It's really about how you make that person feel, the energy you bring, that you make them feel good. And that's what's going to be seductive to them. They're not going to remember what the fuck you said your favorite color was. They're not. They're going to remember that you were so fun and you had so much fun with them and they made you feel so good and blah, 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 which is so important. And then if you start setting these like expectations and it's not going how you want and you're not adapting to the situation, it's just going to be a mess. How do you want to make somebody feel special if you're trying so hard to like, well, why are you know what I mean? Like, oh, I didn't know you were going to know people here and da 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 da. Like, you have to be ready to ride that situation out.
Facts.
What's your most attractive, like, seductive quality in a guy?
I think I can like kind of read them, and I'm able to like read the room. So like you'll also get a touch of like how someone else is feeling if you're like kind of like touching their leg, or if you're laughing, if you're kind of like.
But I'm saying, like, what do you like? Like, what's the most seductive thing for you that a guy would do? Like, that's like seduces you.
Like,
doesn't
sexually?
have to be no, like you're on a date. Like, what's something that's like, okay, I want, like,
I like
I'm
a guy
interested.
who takes charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if he's like, hey, we're doing this, we're doing that, like, that's
I like
seductive
being
to you.
surprised. I like a guy who's spontaneous, and I like when the night just flows and I don't have to think about anything.
Very key. And that's like, you're like, okay, I'm seduced.
Yeah.
I have been manipulated.
Seduced. For sure. And I'm into it.
I agree. I think that's really sexy. But everybody is different, and that's the thing that's so important.
Yeah.
That's why you need to learn your opponent, because not every girl wants to be taking control. Not every guy wants to take control, you know? Like, you really need to learn what people want. So that's why it's always,
What's yours?
the most attractive thing? Oh my God.
Well, you asked me and you
it's
put
'cause
me on the
you
spot.
keep saying things that I agree with, but then I can't repeat and say, me too. Like, what the fuck? I think what's really sexy to me, honestly, is somebody that's like non-judgmental. So I think when I'm talking to somebody and they're so interested in me, open-minded, and like asking me more questions, like, you know, I've traveled a lot and stuff like that. Like, I love a guy who will be like, oh my God, tell me, I've always wanted to visit. Like, what was that like? Like, tell me more. Like, I think for me, that's really attractive because, you know, I've been on so many dates with guys who are like, oh, cool, you lived in Australia, that's it. And I'm like, well, you don't seem open-minded. You don't seem like hungry for experience. And that for me is really sexy. That's where I know, like, okay, I'm interested. Now I want to know what you did because you're interested in what I did, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that's really good.
Yeah.
Right? I think, and yeah, showing interest is so sexy.
So sexy.
I think the worst dates I've ever been on were dates where the guy didn't ask me any questions.
Yeah.
I felt the pressure to have to constantly lead the conversation. And I don't like that. You know, it's like, I'm here going, Google 21 questions.
Yeah, sorry, we don't have time for this.
You know, it's so stressful.
Yeah, and also with that being said, I think talking slow and like really like in the conversation.
So basically what we never do here.
What we never do on this podcast, we absolutely apply when we go on a date. I think the more you're trying to get questions out of somebody, the more you're trying to just get to know everything about them, you don't leave that mysteriousness. And sometimes it's good to leave a date and be like, wow, like I want to know this, this, and this. Like, if you knew everything about somebody on the first date, why the fuck would you care to see them again? Exactly. So I think talking slow and asking the right questions is super important.
So important. I remember multiple occasions, actually, like even my dance teacher, but also like when I used to do like in school when we used to do like public speaking, all these things. I know it's like such a random array of things, but everybody would always be like, you know, when you're on stage, you think you're going so much slower than you really are. Like when I would be dancing, it would be like, you think you're going slow, but you're actually not, you know? Take a step back. Slow is so sexy.
Yeah.
Because people rather be wanting more than getting it all and knowing.
Yeah, it's so
you know?
true.
Just like you said. So it's like, don't be
and that's the same thing. If you're like throwing a little lingerie fun in the bedroom and you're doing like a little striptease, like why would you do it fast?
Yeah.
You would do it slow.
Exactly.
So
you should take everything like that. Slow is the sexiest thing.
yes.
I hate
and that's how you seduce someone. He's going to have a boner
more.
before you even get to the bed.
So leave them wanting more. It's like people, like I hate going on a date and you asked all your questions and your main meal didn't even come.
Yeah.
And then you guys are both eating in silence because you don't know what else to talk about.
Crazy.
You know? Talk. And it's obviously gonna go slow when you start doing what we're saying, like asking questions, dragging on the conversation.
I think, even like if a guy is like trying to be funny and stuff and you're laughing at his jokes, you're giving him what he wants. So he's feeling like he's getting what he's giving. So laugh, throw a little hand on his leg, read the room, see if he's into it. Because sometimes guys or girls don't like to make the first move. And the scariest part is always getting to that first move of who's going to make the move. But when you're giving subliminal messages, subliminal messages the whole entire time, then it's going to be easier for him to come in and give you that kiss when you're already laughing, touching his leg. You're already together.
True, because you break the barrier.
Yes.
Because it's a lot scarier for like somebody to throw the first move when the whole time you guys haven't touched.
Exactly.
It's very like virginity.
Exactly.
Like,
but if you've already gotten used to each other,
you put your arm around you, and this goes for both ways. It's not even just girls. Like girls and guys, you guys. Girls and guys, you guys. That didn't make any sense. Girls and guys.
You guys.
Pull some moves. Like, if you're walking, put your arm around her. Yeah. Or even if a girl, when you're laughing, do that hand touch. Sometimes very awkward with the table to get the knee touch. But put some kind of physical contact that initially takes out that,
or even if you guys are sitting, I've had a guy who did this to me. Even if you're sitting at two opposite sides and you can't really do the hand thing, even if you get up to the bathroom and you do like a little pinch, hot.
Cute. Yes.
Or you do like a waist.
Tip. Okay, he's going, ow.
No, like the guy, or guy or girl, but if you just walk by someone and you kind of do like a,
can you laugh at my joke?
Like a swip, a Swiffer. They're gonna go. You're going. I have my maid at home.
Yeah, he's going. Can you not? It's COVID. Did you wash your hands? It's so true though. Just find a way to like put that even if it's like, if you guys are eating
and then you're the hottest girl in the room regardless.
Yeah, going, she touched me.
Yeah,
and it shows sexy, like it shows like boldness.
It shows sexy.
Yeah, forget about me this podcast. Another thing is like
me too.
Even throw us all in the garbage. Another thing, if you're sitting across the table, because that's hard, you can't reach or whatever, you can even offer them a bite of your food.
On the car ride, there's so many opportunities when you get up for dinner.
You can even offer them a bite of your food, and even though you're not technically touching,
that's good.
It's still like an interaction that's happening between you guys, like physically, which almost breaks that barrier. Like, try it, it's so good here, and then it's like, okay, like you're touching a little, which is cute.
So Veronica was talking about this like eye contact technique.
So I saw it
and
on
you
TikTok.
did it to me and I was kind of seduced. So
I saw it on TikTok. I'm not 100% what the sequence is, but it's a way you're supposed to like look at somebody, and psychologically it makes them like feel really seduced.
Okay, so explain.
You're supposed to Google it, because I don't really know, but I think you're supposed to like look at one eye first, then look down at the lips, then look at the other guy, the other eye, the other guy. There's two guys involved. Hold on a minute. Is this a threesome? So you look at one eye, you look down at the lips, you look at the other eye, and then you look down again and smile. And apparently it's supposed to be like,
okay, wait. Love. So you look at one eye.
Okay,
it's a triangle.
You would do a triangle. It's like you look at one, look at the lips.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like supposed to be showing that you're really attracted to them.
That's it. Just do that. Even if you don't talk, you're good to go.
And you're good.
That's hot.
Eye contact is hot. We've said it in the past. We're going to say it again.
But this is like hotter than eye contact. Yeah. This is letting them know that you want to make out with them.
Mm-hmm. I also,
without saying anything.
Without the triangle thing, when I want somebody to kiss me, I always like, they're talking and I look at their lips and I look at back.
I've done that
That's
too.
like, okay, kiss me.
Yeah.
Why are you cracking up, bitch? Why are you laughing?
Because you've done it to him and he just realized. Did I do it to
you and you're laughing and you're saying, nerd, I knew you were doing it when you did it. Did it work? Is it a good tactic?
No, because he kissed you on the 5th date. So apparently
I kissed him first. Are you joking? Don't forget.
So guys.
Don't take any of my advice.
Veronica is the seducer.
Yeah.
David got seduced.
My boyfriend was really hard to seduce because he's so... Does it work? Anyways, I think it's so sexy when you're talking to somebody and you just go like...
For sure.
And you look back at them. That's like... Do something with my teeth or you want to make out?
No. You've looked into their soul.
Soul. What's another
remix?
Thing? I know we said it's not physical and blah... But like we've already
but these are all not these are all not how you look.
Yeah.
It's how you act.
Of course, how you make them feel. But I mean, like obviously we set the whole ground, of what it really is to seduce. Right. But there's obviously a couple of things that you can do kind of physically or whatever, physically, yes, that help it out, you know? So one thing that I thought of that I think is really sexy, and I actually just thought of this now today, so it's a new tip. I didn't get it off the internet.
Whoa.
So I was thinking, I find it so sexy in a guy. First of all, smell is everything. We agree smell is like attraction.
Smell is everything until you smell like every other guy. So
yeah, exactly. So smell is sexy and we remember smells. But if you're a guy and you're wearing Dior Sauvage, 99% of the men I know wear Dior Sauvage. So she's probably smelling you saying, you smell like my ex.
absolutely.
And this is not working.
And then she's crying, running back to him. So if you don't want her to do that,
find a scent that maybe not every guy wears, you know? Like find some, I'm not
now
saying
I actually
go
get
to
why
the
guys don't exactly go and run their mouth of what cologne they wear.
Well,
I guess it makes sense.
I mean, it's just like you want that unique smell to you. And you know how I thought of this actually? Because I was looking at tips on like I was on my TikTok feed and they were saying like, oh, for my wedding, my partner and I both chose a cologne and a perfume that we were solely going to wear on the day of our wedding. That way, every time we smelt that smell, it would remind us of our wedding day.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, that's so interesting because smells for us is like the most nostalgic sense.
Yeah.
So it was like, that's really interesting. And I think that plays in the minds of like, you don't want to smell like everybody else. You want him or her to smell you and be like, wow, you smell amazing, which is for me the best compliment.
Yeah.
You smell amazing. What do you wear? Like, I've never smelled, what cologne is this?
Yeah.
So find a scent that's unique enough that, you know, not every Joe is walking in wearing.
Yeah.
But smells good on you, you know, because that's really important.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Do we agree?
There's nothing hotter than a guy who smells good. You don't look at his looks anymore when he smells good.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not even about how they look.
It's just
You
like
just want to jump them because of their smell.
Smells so good.
Yeah.
And actually, I've heard, so I know a few girls who wear men's cologne.
Yeah.
Because
I
on
wear
a girl,
men's cologne.
You do? Right now? Okay, well.
Always.
On a girl, like for example, all perfumes.
So I hope
and
you're not
scents-
insulting.
No. All perfumes and scents fit differently on everybody because of the notes we have naturally in our skin. So if you wear a men's cologne, it's not going to smell like a Axe body spray. You know what I mean? Like it's going to sit on you differently than it would on a guy.
Right. That's why not every smell suits everyone.
And apparently everybody says like wearing a men's cologne attracts men. That's like, wait, are men attracted to men? Anyways, but apparently wearing men's cologne is like really attractive for guys and like they always love the smell. Like everybody who's wearing men's cologne is like literally men stop me and say, oh, what is this perfume? I want to get it. And they're like, oh, it's men's. Do you agree?
I agree.
Have you been getting good reviews?
Well, the reason I had got into that perfume was because my ex-boyfriend really liked it. So it makes sense. It really makes sense. Crazy.
So that's a unique little tip. If you're a girl and looking for a new scent, maybe check the men's side. Now they make a lot of unisex colognes though. So I wear unisex.
I mean, it makes sense. I don't even know why there would be female and male.
Tom Ford their whole collection is unisex. So that's what I wear because I'm rich. I'm joking. I'm joking. My boyfriend got it for my birthday. I said, babe, I love this smell. So every year on my birthday, you're going to have to buy it for me because I'm not spending this.
That's like,
it's
you
almost
started
rude
that.
when somebody buys you something so expensive, you're like, now you started this.
Absolutely.
You better continue. Because it's not coming out of my pocket
with
that
an add-on
this addiction.
Because now we're a year later into the relationship.
Exactly. So throw another little.
Do you love me more?
You can't get me the same gift as last year. So now you got to throw something else
Step it up.
Absolutely. Another thing is, like, I know, it's not physical, but hygiene is everything. And also guys and girls having nice, clean nails and hands is really important.
I feel insulted right now.
Well, you're allowed. You're on a medical leave of...
No. I feel insulted.
You're on a medical leave of nails. You're allowed 2 weeks out of the year to be on a medical leave of nails.
I'm personally attacked right now. My nails have never been this ugly in my entire life. And Veronica chooses this day to let everybody know that hygiene and nails are very important.
So
of everything. Teeth, she could have said teeth, clean teeth. She chose nails. Guys, my nails, just an update, they are worse than they were before because I put on stick-ons and now the glue has officially not been removed from my nail. And also, I have no choice but to get a pedicure because I have nail ingrowns that grow in my nail. So I have no choice. And today I was literally almost crying in pain while the girl was doing my toes for Italy, which I'm going with these just to let you know. And
Look at my toes, babe.
And I was with my friend. We were getting our petties together. And he was like, "Are you good?" Because I was screaming because they had to get it on 4 sides, always my toe.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not like, save money, don't get a petty. Like, I have no choice.
No,
like,
no, me too. I'm
they're
like
going in. And he goes, "Wow, shouldn't that be like covered by the government?" And I said, "Now that you mention, absolutely. This is medical. And so is this. So let me tell you what's going on my taxes this year."
Trudeau nails. But honestly, I think most girls kind of have it down pat to have like clean nails. And I'm not saying have nail polish, just like have presentable hands. But I think the people lacking is actually men. Like, sorry, I get it, you're a construction worker. Yeah. But if you're showing up on a date with the sawdust from the 3 houses you built still under your nails from the past year.
Yeah.
No. I don't want your fingers going anywhere near my face or inside me.
Literally.
So I'm not going to be seduced.
It's so true.
Like, when a guy has dirty nails, I'm like, can you get those paws away from me?
And guys are very quick to say, "Oh, we'll tell a lot about a girl if her nails are done and her toes." But it's like, let's reverse that script.
Yeah, let me see those paws.
Yeah.
Like,
literally.
You guys think you're out, but there's no harm.
As I hide my nails under my, pants.
But it's just like, even that, like, guys' fingers are going inside you. We're not even,
Exactly.
Like, make sure those things are clean. We
scratch the surface. They go in.
Yeah. Like, no wonder.
There should be a new rule that, girls are allowed to have dirtier nails than men.
Honestly?
What the fuck?
Now that I think about it, like, I don't need your fungus going in me. You're like, don't bring up that word. That's the F word.
Veronica, seriously.
I meant...
So I just want to let everybody know that I'm struggling right now because I have 2 options. I can go to Italy and allow my nails to, go in the salt water, heal and everything. Or I can mask it all and put a fake nail that can be very harmful for my nail, but I'll be very content on the whole entire trip and might not lose a guy by having them done. So I'm conflicted and I have until Tuesday to figure out what I'm going to do. And I'm heading towards the, get them done and be dead by the time I get back.
Well, I mean, you said you had huge tits, so maybe they're not looking at your hands. Know your assets.
Know your assets and focus on them. If nails isn't one, then just leave them at home.
Exactly.
Leave them at home.
Listen to us. Hello.
Take the saw.
Forget about the weaknesses.
Exactly. Take the saw, just chop them both off and leave them at home and enjoy your date. Or wear amazing gloves. That's what I need.
Oh my God, they're going to go...
Sexy, seductive Gucci gloves.
Well,
who's
you're
buying them for me?
Taking that top and going to the seamstress.
You know what? Or you don't even need the gloves. Work with what you got. Hey. Oh my God.
But be clean. I think that's first and foremost, though. Come on, guys, be clean. No?
Oh my God. It's just when I think of hygiene, I think of high school. I had this one teacher whose name was Mr. Yip, and his biggest thing was always hygiene equals more friends. And it just brought me back to that.
I mean, it's true.
It's true.
Smelling good is sexy.
Yeah. Like if you had bad breath or whatever and you kissed a guy, like it's going in the group chat. So just be sure to always be super,
clean.
Heard that if you have to go to the washroom and you don't, and then you go on a date, even if you brush your teeth, your breath's gonna smell, because if you have to poo and you haven't, your breath's gonna smell.
Really?
Yeah. So always make sure when you go on a date,
shit before.
Not only if you're gay and you're performing anal, but even if you are a woman and a man, make sure you shit before your date, because even if you sleep over after, you're not gonna have to do it when you're at his house. You're not gonna smell. You're not gonna have to bring your spray.
True. Anyway. What's another? I mean, I just briefly, when you're sleeping at a guy's house, what do you bring? Or like you're on a date and you think this is the time that you're probably gonna go home with him. What's in your small clutch bag that you could fit?
Okay, I would bring I was gonna say condom, but like fuck that, guys, get the condom.
I always throw in one just in case.
I think a cute little small spray bottle could be cute. Could be cute. Could be needed. What else?
So I'm
a poop smell. that little VIP.
Well, you said
smell.
do it before, so
You know what? If you're bringing the perfume, just multi-use. Spray it in the bathroom and spray it on yourself.
work harder, not smart. Wait, work smarter, not harder.
I think even those little like Listerine.
Yeah. So what I think is really important is wet wipes.
Yes.
So I always get, if you guys don't know, at the pharmacy, this is more like a woman's tip, I would say, but even guys, be
both.
clean. But at the pharmacy, they sell these like small packets of like 10 wipes that are like feminine hygiene wipes, like made for that. And honestly, that's like my best thing. Like I always throw those in my bag when you're doing a hookup or whatever. It's not even just for before like you guys hook up, which is like needed. If you're going out on a date or whatever, like you want to freshen up and you don't want to be that girl spraying on the sink and he walks in and he goes, "What's happening?"
Because I've literally done that. Because
it's like
normally when you're going and sleep at a guy's house, you're not showering, right? And we want to be clean down there. And if we went for dinner, like, I'm sorry, there's always extra discharge. So it's very important to bring wipes. I actually always get like there's like this raspberry one. So it's like tinted with like a smell.
Oh, okay.
So that when they eat you out or whatever, it like kind of tastes like raspberry. And it's,
Fun.
I've heard really good things.
From my clients who have.
Literally. Like, what the fuck?
But yeah, they
My
sell those
clients
little wipes.
I'll approve.
I'm telling you, if you guys are not on it, get on it, because it's not only for them, but it's also for you to feel confident. For me, when I feel like I'm like not at my cleanest,
my
I feel
God.
super insecure.
I know.
And I just like to be prepared. So that
And then you're
little
not
10
comfortable,
pack,
and then you don't come because...
and then you're not making them feel good because you're so worried about yourself and you're not in your full sexy mode, seductive mode. So you got to be prepared. So I love a little 10 pack of little wipes. And also for after you hook up, like I'm not no crusty girl.
Yeah.
Like I don't feel like dealing
And
with
then, guys,
this.
even if the wipes are for down there, wipe your makeup off after with it. Whatever. Multi-use. Spray. Wipe.
Well, that was going to be my other thing is I know I got a little wipes in this bag, but makeup wipes, if you're going to a guy's house, especially you're going to a guy's house, sometimes they don't even have toothpaste. Like, and you don't want to wake up looking like a raccoon and you
I
can't
want to
get
know
it
how
off.
big your bag is.
Not big.
Okay.
So
we're not talking like Jacques Mus size.
but like big enough that I could, because I always get those little packets and then I put like my makeup wipes and then my,
I always make sure I
Other
have like
wipes.
a little bit of makeup with me. I don't start bringing the full kit, but enough for, while he's sleeping. And if I want to just freshen up, a little mist, just make sure I have like
deodorant.
But or like a
sometimes
nice lip liner, like nude if you want to wake up and be like the au natural, but you're actually fully glammed.
I
That's
think
me.
something that's really important is like, don't come with a duffel bag. That's the most unattractive thing.
Sleepover. We're having
Hey,
a first
babe.
sleepover. No.
I brought my jammies.
No.
No. You need whatever
He
you
will find
bring.
it a lot harder if you're leaving in a shirt. Just don't bring anything except the necessities.
Yeah. Honestly, he's whatever.
I want you to be honest, Veronica,
I
today.
want to be honest too. I want to be honest.
Okay, be honest.
Honestly.
I want to know what you really feel.
I want to tell you. So what I really feel is whatever you can conceal is what you bring. If you need to start bringing extra little bags and stuffing shit in, no. I mean, I've also put it in the pockets, but it needs to look like you're not planning on sleeping over, because it's a bit scary for somebody to be coming in with an overnight bag.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like
It's 'cause,
fourth date. I'm
like,
talking second
You normally
date.
know it's going to happen, but nobody ever says it.
When it comes to the point where you guys know it's a dick appointment, that's a different story.
Guys, bring everything. Bring your fucking luggage.
Bring your loofah, bring your Dove's
Guys.
body wash, bring everything. But when it's the first couple of times,
Bring your Olaplex shampoo. Just bring it.
Bring the hair
all.
mask.
Guys, bring your clothes to sleep there for a week because you won't leave.
Do you bring a toothbrush?
I have and I haven't.
Yeah, me too. It depends.
I feel like the Listerine I've brought more than I've brought a toothbrush.
They even sell like I love going in the
little small one.
the travel section. If you're in single hookup mode, you need to check out that travel mini size collection at the pharmacy, because
It's
that's where you get all your
perfect.
shit.
Yeah.
The mini Listerines, mini everything, mini toothpaste. That's like where you need to live. I also
Toothpaste, I'd be like, no, he's gonna have that. Like, are you kidding?
I also found the craziest thing once. It was a mini razor. So it was a razor on the go. Came in a little thing like it was made for hookups. I went, this is show-stopping.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm not talking, like, it was like a mini one, like this big. And it was just, I went, not
That's
bad.
good. Because, you know, even when a girl shaves, you could never you could never be shaved it up. You know what I mean? Like,
remove the skin.
remove the skin, but at least we're exfoliating.
Absolutely. But I also don't like when a guy, so this is something that's like, I guess, whatever this tip is, take it for how it is. I don't like a guy who's like too prepared. Like, I'm coming in and he pulls out the box of toothbrushes and it's, which color would you like? Now it's like,
now I'm like, which girl of the week am I?
yeah,
am I
like,
a
now it's
Monday,
like, calm
a Tuesday?
down. Like, I like a guy who's prepared and who's clean, but that's not
too
going,
prepared.
don't touch that. This is your section. This is your,
I
like,
agree.
What are you, the police? Like, can
Yeah.
you chill? Like, I brought my toothbrush in my bag.
Because that
please.
person is going to be weird in bed.
Yeah, and like too
Yeah.
many rules. Like we said last time, so many rules.
Yeah.
It's very like intimidating. I'm not a big lover of that, you know?
I think the key is to not be intimidated while you're seducing somebody, but more or less being on their level and like kind of like reading the room.
I think honestly, intimidation is actually kind of sexy though, in a sense.
Yes.
No. I mean, I love when like I feel challenged is more what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Like I love when
When somebody actually like makes you feel
Yeah.
like you're
No, that's not what I meant.
you're not gonna feel seduced.
I mean, I
I
think
mean, there's some crazy shit out there. I don't know anymore. Like everybody likes their own shit.
oh my god, bra strap.
I'm in a bra.
Together we are besties.
Fail.
Wow, this is really, you're the bra strap to my bra.
You have
got fingers
fungus now.
Ew.
Sisters from another mister.
But I really like when somebody challenges me. But maybe that's just me, you know? That's sexy.
No, I think that's everyone.
Yeah.
I think you like to challenge though too.
I forgot one of the main points. Mystery is so sexy.
Yes.
I mean, we kind of spoke about it, but
Yeah, we spoke about it. Don't dress like us. And you know, just because you're not dressing like us doesn't mean you can't leave a little sexy part. Seduction.
The art of seduction. Read the back. Get what you want by manipulating everyone's greatest weakness, the desire for pleasure. Well, babe, when I was searching for a description, you couldn't have popped this thing out.
Wait.
Choose the right victim. Create a false sense of security. Okay. This is manipulation for real. Poeticize your presence. Confuse desire and reality, the perfect illusion. Well, guys, listen, if you want to take it really seriously, I got a book for you. My boyfriend's
If you want the
reading it.
Spark Notes version, we're right here.
My boyfriend's reading this. Who you seducing here, buddy? I'll tell you who.
The people
No,
at
the guards
car-
when you go to
at the
jail
car
because I'm
dealership.
sending you there.
The women at the car dealership. It's not funny.
Yeah, not funny.
I was waiting for you to
Next.
get my joke.
Anyways, do you have any more tips?
No, I feel like it's really just a balance of everything.
And
it's a
knowing your
balance of,
strengths.
being engaged in the conversation, making eye contact, looking a little at the lips, at the left leg. What the fuck? One of my dog.
Dogs have been coming up quite often in this podcast, Alessia. Do you have something to say? Prado, has she been hurting you? Like, Prado, are you good? Like, babe. Okay.
I think it's because I miss my dog. My parents didn't trust me with the dog, so they give it to my aunts while I was here.
Now no wonder they didn't trust you with him. After she listens to it, they're shipping him away back to Italy. But this is our last episode.
Our last episode, guys, we came together as one big fungus.
And bra. thank you for listening. We hope that you guys learned so much from this. I feel like it's
I hope
full of
you've
juicy
learned
tips.
anything from our 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you can
One thing.
if you can think of one thing you've learned, write it in the comments. We would love to know, because honestly, we're fucking tired of hearing our own voices. Guys, season 3 is gonna be crazy. We have some really big guests coming on. We have something really cool coming for our season premieres, so stay tuned for that.
Yeah, and we'll only be taking a little break, so don't worry, you won't be missing us for too long. And then we'll be right back here on this green ass couch.
So guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on Apple Music and Spotify.
Yep, and turn your post notifications on, and you'll be the first to find out when we drop our new episode.
Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Aled Deandra and
V Rossi and the Chemical X podcast.
peace.
See ya.